Medical coding is an amazing career with lots of different great opportunities available, but there are some tools that are needed to become and stay a medical coder, and sometimes the cost of those tools comes as a surprise. So today I just want to go over some of the costs associated with becoming a medical coder. Hey everyone, I'm Victoria. I'm a medical coder, auditor, educator, and content creator, and on my channel I provide tips, tricks, and tutorials to help you be successful in a medical coding career. Today I just want to go over some of the costs of being a medical coder. There's a lot of people questioning, is it expensive to become a medical coder? What is the cost associated? What kind of tools do you need to be a medical coder? Now for this video, I'm not going to cover the costs associated with schooling because those can vary greatly depending on if you have medical background and you're just paying for a quick learn medical coding type of boot camp, or if you're going for an associate's degree program or a bachelor's. So I'm going to cut out the costs of education because those are just going to vary wildly. So let's start with kind of comparing being a medical coder with being a stylist at a salon. In some salons, they'll give you everything that you need and you can only use those tools. Others, they'll say, hey, if you have a preferred type of tool, you can bring those along. In some salons, they might say, hey, you have to supply all of your own tools that you need except for the basics that we'll kind of provide you with. And medical coding is kind of the same. Depending on where you're working, they might supply you with different tools, or they might tell you that you have to provide your own. Let's start with books. So if you work in, for example, professional coding or outpatient coding, you're going to work with 3 different books. You're going to work with ICD-10, CM, which is the clinical modification, and that's your diagnosis coding book. Then you have CPT, which is your current procedural terminology, and that's the code for all the procedures that you're going to bill for. And then HCPCS, and those are sort of sometimes insurance-specific codes or medical equipment or drugs, and those are also things that you can be billing for. Now the cost of these books varies depending on publisher type, depending on when you order them, because if you pre-order them, you tend to get a better discount. If you're ordering through an instructor, sometimes they have discounts, but on average it could be anywhere from $200 to $300 just to cover those costs of those 3 books. Now there are some software programs that you can use that can replace those books, and I'll go over the cost of those towards the end of this video when I discuss some of the software tools. Now the other thing to think about is membership. So if you are a coder that is certified through the AAPC, you can during your first year apply for student membership, and student membership is only $90, but you only get that once during that first time that you're just starting out as a student. Even if you're sitting for other certifications, after that you can't continue to use that student membership. And after you've used that student membership, your yearly membership dues are $175 currently, and that does go up a few dollars every year. Now, if you're looking to get certified through a HEMA, their student membership is $49 a year, and they have tiered programs depending on what kind of level of membership you want, and those can go as high as $199 a year for an HEMA membership. Now, the difference with a HEMA is you can sit for certifications or obtain certain things through them without being a member, but then you pay a higher non-member fee. So for example, if you want to go through a HEMA and get your CCA, which is the Certified Coding Associate, for a member, that is only $199, but it's $299 if you are not a member of a HEMA. Now, if you want to go for your CCS, which is your Certified Coding Specialist, or your CCSP, which is the physician-based version of that through a HEMA, it's $299 for members or $399 for non-members. Now the AAPC, for their CPC exam, which is the Certified Professional Coder, which is their most popular exam, they have 2 different options. You can take it online, but you only get 1 attempt, and it's $299. Or you can take it in person, but you get 2 attempts, and then it's $399. And there's different fees for different specialty certifications. Definitely check out the AAPC website if you're interested in the specifics of the exact cost of those. So now we've covered the cost of books, membership, and certification. Now, regardless of which track you choose, you will have to get continuing education units. There are a lot of ways that you can get continuing education units for free or for cheap, especially with the AAPC. They give you a subscription to Healthcare Business Monthly every month, and you can earn 1 CEU for completing a quiz to show that you absorbed all of the knowledge that was in that magazine. And then they have free quarterly webinars, and they have chapter meetings that you can go to for free or cheap. And sometimes organizations like Imagine Solutions have different types of education that they will provide you for free if you do a webinar through them. And and even education providers like myself, definitely check in the comments below. I do have at least one free CEU course that I can offer to you. So while those are good for just kind of getting your CEUs, if you're looking for continuing education on something very specific, like maybe you code for cardiology and you need a specific cardiology type of continuing education just to be successful in what you're doing, that might be an additional cost. And again, those can vary. There's some that maybe you can find a chapter meeting or seminar that could be, $35, $40. And then there are some more expensive online interactive type of seminars, or even on-demand seminars now are becoming a big thing, but they can be sometimes several $100s because the value of that education is very, very considerable, and it's worth investing quite a bit of money into that really good nitty-gritty education, because while you can get stuff for free, it is very broad and general to meet those CEU requirements. But when you're looking for something that's like, I need to know neurosurgery and I need to know how to get the most efficient process down for coding operative reports or handling denials, that is really, really valuable education, and then you do have to pay extra for that. There's this adage that's been kind of going around the internet in different variations, and it's essentially something like, if I spent 10 years learning how to do something in 10 minutes, you're not going to pay me for the 10 minutes that it took me to do it. You're paying me for the 10 years of experience. Same thing with CEUs. Even though it's a 1-hour thing, the years of experience that went into combining that is really definitely worth their weight in gold. But I fully understand that there's different types of people that have different goals in medical coding. Some people, they just want a nice career that they can work 8 hours a day. They finish up, they log off, and they go down to their couch and watch Netflix. Other people, they want to know, everything they can. They want to absorb everything from the conferences and network and learn all the different seminars and specialties and everything. Now, let's talk about software. So one of the softwares that I like is through the AAPC, and it is called Codify, and you can use this to look up different codes, like you kind of in some way does replace your books. It's not like an ebook version of the CPTs and ICD-10 CMs, but you can use it as a code lookup tool. Depending on what you want it to do, it can start as little as $69 a year, but can go up to $649 a year if you want more bells and whistles involved. The other thing to consider, and a lot of employers will give you some sort of way to get this resource, is there is the coding clinics and the CPT Assist. So going back to that Codify software that I like to utilize, there are add-ons that I can get, the Coding Clinic and the CPT Assist, but those are licensed through those organizations. So to add on the coding clinics is actually $539 a year for members or $559 a year for non-members. Can you get away without having it? Yes, but when you have those coding conundrums that you need to know what is the official guidance, you really have to go through those coding clinics to get that information. So CPT Assist is the same thing. It is owned and operated by the AMA. They will license it out to you as part of some of those coding software programs. So for Codify, it's an extra $199 a year for CPT Assist for members and $225 for non-members. And I should probably caution you that depending on when you're watching this video, these numbers may have changed a bit. So definitely go back to the individual websites and check them out, because I'm just quoting the current pricing as of when I looked it up today in December of 2020. So a lot of these things are things that organizations will pay for. A lot of places will pay either for books or they'll give you some kind of coding software that you can look up codes with. It really depends on your employer. And some will pay for membership dues. You can actually get cheaper membership if you are on a corporate membership with the AAPC, meaning that your healthcare entity has X amount of slots for coders, 10 different coders, and they can fill those up for a cheaper rate per coder. You do have to be careful though, because if you are on a corporate membership and you leave that corporation, that slot is owned by the corporation. So if you terminate in February, they can terminate your membership at the end of February, and then you have to make up the prorated dues until the end of the year to pay for your membership. And often when you go on to the corporate membership, it will prorate your CEUs as well. So your CEU due date may bump up, but you'll have less CEUs due. Some organizations will sometimes pay for certification. When I started out, I worked in the billing department, and they brought in an independent instructor and said, hey, anyone who wants to get certified as a coder, because we see that we're going to need some coders, if you pass the certification exam, we will reimburse you for it. Now, where it does get trickier, the things like the Coding Clinic and the CPT Assist, oftentimes organizations will assign maybe one person that has the access to those, and then anyone who needs to pull a certain article can go through them and just have that article pulled if they need something specific on diabetes coding or laparoscopic cholecystectomies or whatever it is that they need. But I just want to make sure that everyone's aware that if these are things that maybe your employer doesn't cover or you're not employed yet, they might be things that you have to cover, especially you need to pay for membership dues every year in order to maintain your credentials. If you don't pay for membership dues through the AAPC, they will terminate your credentials. So I just want to make you guys aware that if your employer doesn't pay for some of these things, they might be something that you have to pay for out of pocket. Or if you're certified but not employed yet, you are going to have to pay for some of these things, like your membership dues with the AAPC, because you have to be a member to maintain your certification. And there are ways to get free or cheap CEUs. I'm actually going to do some 2021 free or cheap CEUs for you guys to check out. So look out for that future video. And until then, you can check out the one that I did make up here about free or cheap CEU opportunities. So that's the bulk of kind of the tools that you may need as a medical coder. Your books, your certification, membership, CEUs, and certain software packages. I didn't include little things like highlighters or, coding cheat sheets, because those are kind of add-ons, and depending on what you're doing, those might be very beneficial, but not everyone's going to buy the Etsy tabbing system for their books every year. So I hope you found this video informative. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you support me and the channel by giving it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, I hope you would consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you can get alerts when I post new episodes. I hope to see you in the next episode, and until then, just keep on coding on.